So anybody have a heart would love me. So anybody have a heart would love me. She just managed to kill me last night. I'm still alive. This morning, 6:05. But it did hurt. The anxiety flares up my hypertension when someone deliberately tried to make a stressful environment. Flares up the hypertension, flares up the anxiety. The anxiety flares up the hypertension. The hypertension is the blood pressure that goes to the heart and the arteries somehow tighten up. That's what I would say. It tightens up the arteries. Arteries that tighten up affects the heart, the blood pressure going into the heart, and that's where the pain come in at. And it's deliberate. These people who try to purposely, like my wife last night, purposely try to make a stressful situation out of nothing. Trying to start a fight, trying to disturb the peace, trying to escalate over a crack in the window to get air. It's not that to the significance cause of temperature in the house, because the door is closed, in which isolates the rest of the house from being noticeably temperature drop. And the way that you can indicate that, the thermostat still says the thermostat still reads the current temperature of the setting of the house, which in most cases, since I'm a human, I have nerves and signals that send signals to the nerves to the brain that would indicate that I'm cold if it was a temperature that was uncomfortable, which I'm not uncomfortable. That means that it's not cold in here. Being African American, dark complected African American with melanin would indicate that I have more water in my skin, which would set the temperature thermostat in my brain by indicating that I'm cold, because at certain temperatures water freezes. So by having melanin in my skin, I would get more colder usually than a person that has less melanin, like a lighter complected person. And it may not be a whole lot of information in the world about that, but it ain't too hard to figure out. So, if you ask me what I think the situation, I think she's trying to hurt me on purpose. That's what I'm telling y'all and her colleagues. Now, the thermostat temperature is set. As you can hear, you heard the heat just cut on. That means the thermostat has been signaled by the bulb that's inside of the heating and cooling circuit application appliance, which indicated that the temperature in the home has been lowered to the set temperature, which could be what she do. She usually sets it to the 62 degrees at night, which is pretty dangerous. Who does that? Who sets the thermostat so at 62 degrees in the midnight morning, early morning, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, it's set at 62 degrees. That is very dangerous for anybody, including me, who has a heart issue. But I don't say nothing because I know she want to fight about that. She want to raise that as an issue. But this is the time to speak about it now. At 62. But the thermostat, again, kicks on when the temperature reaches certain temperature. That's why the thermostat is designed on a setting to turn on when the temperature in the house is below a set temperature. Now again, through isolating this room with the doors, and if I needed to put a towel up under the door, like people that want to limit smoke and other stuff from leaving, I could do that, but don't need to when the thermostat is set normally at 72, 70, whatever. She said 74. She's seen it at 74 yesterday. Okay. Wow. 74. When the temperature outside is 20. But if you know a heating and cooling person, they will tell you what's the total of the the set temperature of the environment when the temperature outside is below 20, below 30, below 40 degrees, and you got temperature set at 70. Don't mean that the temperature in the home gonna be at 70 when it's 40 degrees below. You have to do a formula math to subtract that total in which the environment gonna be. But that's we're going too far into things that people really don't pay no attention to. But if you want to get technical, we can actually present some technical facts. But this ain't about technical by my view of these things. This is more of a nitpicking situation. So I'm not gonna go back and forth with her about technical terms and facts that she can learn to use to present more arguments. Don't need to, but those of you that's in heating and cooling, y'all know that she's absolutely wrong when she talking about the temperatures. But this ain't the time to argue about that because she's sick. I got a punch along. That's what they been hoping on. That's why they been trying to smother me in here. But they're like, he don't have no proof. He don't have no proof. Yeah, we do. Livonia, Michigan. Livonia / Redford, Michigan / Detroit Justice Department. Talk to y'all later.